what I was hoping you could do, Sam, is to just give a rounded overview of what AFT is,
Okay,
um,
so
and also how the referral side of it works in terms of being a single level affiliate, so that
yeah,
Mandy has a good grasp of what we're about.
okay, yeah. So I have recorded all of the other webinars, and they are available to watch, and we do touch on this in some of them, but I'll go into it as well. So give you a quick overview. I won't go into the full story. It's all available on a website to see and so on. AFT was born out of one person's need to make money. His name is Sam Gill. He's the programmer of the EA, and his dad has got cancer and Crohn's disease. Now, Sam, in his own right, is a fairly successful trader. You know, when I say successful, he's probably not part of the 97% that regularly lose money. But it wasn't enough. He was having to work as well, 14 hours a day in a warehouse, and he just couldn't find the time to trade, looking after his dad and so on. So he, with his programming knowledge, built an EA. Now, it wasn't quite that simple. He had to go and do extra programming lessons. He had to rack up massive debt in order to do so. So the EA was built to make one person money, and that one person has to make money. Otherwise, he goes back to 14 hours a day in a warehouse and not being able to look after his family. He's got little one on the way, And it was just by chance that, me and James, who are, business partners, came across Sam and his EA one day. And while everybody was clamoring to get hold of it from him, we wanted to know more sort of about Sam. So we got talking. Anyway, business was born out of it. So AFT is auto forex trading. We supply access to our EA via a copy trade service. So nobody has access to the EA itself apart from Sam. But what we have is obviously the EA is set up via a social trading site, and people can connect their account to ours, which copies the trades over. That's done on a risk by balance system, which is not perfect, but it's as close as you'll get. It's set up so that it should be using roughly 0.01 lot size per 500 of balance. Give or take a little bit either side. And the EA itself has got, when we refer to, a lot of people refer to it as hedging. Nobody's actually seen the hedging system come into play yet, because the trades have never gone far deep enough for it to come into play. When we talk about hedging in general, we're actually talking about EA's ability to compound its positions when the market moves against us. It does so using key levels and pivot points, and 9 different systems that identify trades and where it needs to place them. So if a trade goes against us, it will identify the next key level or pivot point, and as it reaches that point, it will put in another trade, etc. And that might go 5 or 6 trades in, and reach the next key point. And the EA is the whole time is calculating what it needs to do to get out of the trading profit. If it reaches a certain level, the EA will then put in another trade that will use compound positioning. So it will move up in lot sizes depending on your account balance. So if you've got 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 trades open at 0.01, the next trade that opens might be 0.02. It might open 2 or 3 trades at that level. And it will automatically at that point then calculate where the top take profit line needs to be to get out of that trade. So normally, a very small, I think Mandy's gone, but it's all right, it's being recorded. A very small market correction at that point will normally get us out of a trading profit quite easily. So yeah, that's a little bit about how the EA works. As I said, nobody's really seen the actual hedging system on it, because we need to get quite deep into a trade before that comes into play. If it smashes through various key levels and so on, the EA will actually reverse its trading style and go on to place, larger lot size trade trend. So that again, you would then start to see your drawdown, which would be fairly high, around the 30-40% range, would start to come down as the trade carries on in that trend. Until a point that it can, the EA's whole purpose is to get out of that trade whatever way it can without making a loss. And it can identify trends generally on a 65 to 70% accuracy level. As you know, we've been running since the 9th of July with no losing days at all. We've had days where we've not made anything because trades have remained open through the whole 24-hour period, but we've not had a day where we've made a loss at all. Sort of moving on to, we've set up a partner program. We've also set up a family and friends scheme. Now, the partner program was designed for those that wish to go out and recruit new clients. And when I say recruit, I mean, either your networks or go out and create your own networks. There's various social media, ways of doing that. For those people that have been in affiliate marketing, social network marketing, etc., most of you will probably have your own teams of people underneath you that follow what you do. So to give you an idea of the levels, if you recruit between 1 and 8 people, you will receive 12.5% of the commission AFT receives on a monthly basis from the paying their 20% performance bill. So the 20% performance bill is paid in arrears at the end of each month and is calculated from 20% of profits that pass through our social trading system. So if you get between 9 and 16 people, that goes up to 25%. So you'll receive 25% from all of those people. If you get £200 per customer at the end of each month, you will get £50 of that yourself. The next level is 17 to 25, and that goes up to 37.5% commission. So that's 37.5% of everything that we receive for those 17 to 25 people. Magic number being number 26. If you manage to hit 26 recruits, that goes up to 50%. It's half everything that we receive for those 26 people. There is no cap at 26. If you want to go and recruit 50 people, you can get 50% commission for all 50 people. So there's no cap on that. And as the good thing about it is, if you wanted to stop at say 26, right, I've got to 26, I don't want to do any more. As those 26 people's balance increases, so does the 20% cut for AFT, so does your 50% cut from that. So what they're paying you now in 12 months' time would be very different if their accounts have grown. Typically, if we're hitting 15% a month, you can expect an account to grow by about 5 times in the course of 12 months. So if they've got £1,000 account now, we're earning, their 15% is 150 quid, or 20% of that is 30 quid. If you were on 50% commission at that point, it'd be £15 for that customer. In 12 months' time, their account is probably likely to be in the region of £4,000 to £5,000. So their monthly profit at that point is, typically going to be £800 to £1,000 profit a month. Our cut from that, up to sort of £200. Your cut from that, £100 if you're on 50% commission at that point. So it's gone from 15 quid for that customer to £100 a month for that customer in a year. So hang on, just some of these. How is that paid? Do we have to invoice AFT? So yeah, at the moment it's manual. We are looking at payment processors. We are looking at software upgrades, etc., so that we can try and automate it as much as possible. We're having an invoice created at the moment, which will get sent out to everybody. Once I've done the calculations from the payments that come in and I've marked everything down, I will do a complete list of every partner and what they're due to be paid. What the partner will then need to do is fill out their invoice, just put their names of their recruits and the total amount at the bottom, and then send that back to us. And then payments will be done by bank transfer, PayPal. We will try and arrange as many different ways to pay people as possible. At the moment, we're using PayPal as our payment processor. We are looking at another one that's a bit more complete, which should hopefully open up the door for more ways for people to pay their 20% performance. There are more ways for us to pay the partners back. Desi's come and joined us. Craig and James. Have you got anything else there, Peter, that you wanted to know?
Unfortunately, Mandy, I don't know whether you've heard, but Greece was hit by some sort of typhoon or hurricane or something.
Videos of some hurricane and some sea winds.
So she's
sat. Everybody over there is safe and well.
Yeah, well, she's sat in the middle of that. So I think probably she's having technical issues connecting. I mean, for me, it was just to get a rounded view of what AFT was, what your involvement was, what the history was, what the affiliate structure was, how it was paid, etc. So she's got a. I mean, it seemed fairly straightforward to me, but it's always better to come from the horse's mouth than.
We've got some documents that covers it. The reason we chose to do single level, obviously, there's a lot of bad press about MLM. And I mean, I've been part of other MLMs, Forever Living I've done before and so on. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good. We've heard of USI Tech and some of the others that are, Ponzi schemes and so on. Just to make things clear that we don't get paid at AFT until we make our customers money, because the 20% performance bill is in arrears at the end of each month. So we rely on a little bit of trust from the client to pay that at the end of the month. There's a 7-day payment term attached to it. If they don't pay it, then their account is removed and banned from the system. So anybody who decides to not pay, they'll only be able to do it once, and they won't then enjoy the benefit for the following months of making money without them doing it. It would be a silly decision to, not pay it 1 month just I've made some money, I'm not going to pay it, because you miss out on the benefit then onwards. The payments will come in between you get a bill on the first of each month for the 20% of the profits generated from the system in the whole month previous to that. And as I said, there's 7-day payment terms attached. All the bills and come in, it should then be roughly a week to make processing, calculate all payments, and then sort out sending payments out to people. So I would expect that on and around or the 15th of each month, all payments should be made or in the process of being made. As I said, we are hopefully looking. I've got a meeting tomorrow with some software people to find out if their system can automate a lot of processes that are being done manually at the moment. We've got over 300 customers, and I've got to process every single payment manually, and then obviously all the partners' payments on top of that. So it's going to be a long few days every month at the moment. So hopefully we're going to get some software in place that can help with that, or very least some people potentially that can help take on some of that. I've touched on the partner program. I'll touch on the friends and family scheme that we've got. The friends and family scheme was set up for people that are not looking to go out and recruit. They haven't got that ambition. They're just not for them. But they do want to introduce a few friends and family, once they've shown that it's making money for them. So the friends and family scheme is set up for those kind of people that, as I said, don't want to go out and actively recruit, but want to bring a few friends and family in, to help make them some money as well. Now, the difference on that is we don't offer commission on that one. So there's no residual income to be made from it. What we do offer is a small reduction in the 20% performance billing on their own personal account. So I've got the numbers somewhere. I think if you bring in between 1 and 3 people, we'll take 2.5% off of our charge. I think 4 to 6 is 5%, 7 to 9. Hang on, I might be wrong now. I need to look at the figures. I don't often get to speak about that one because not that many people are interested in it. 1 to 3, 4 to 6.
The Asian community will.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 9. But yeah, various levels anyway. 11 plus brings it down to 10% in total. So it's 10% taken from your account rather than 20% on your personal account. But I can have a look at the figures again and double check them. As I said, I don't very often get to mention it because, as I said, not so far. We've only had a few people that have decided to go down that route. So Harvey has come to join us. So I hope he's enjoying his weekend.
Just finished work.
Just finished work.
How many people actually turned up for the call? Was this a call just for new people who were looking at building this?
Originally for sort of Mandy, and then it was opened up to anybody else who wanted to join. It's been recorded anyway, because unfortunately it looks like Mandy's internet is a bit sketchy in Greece, what with the hurricane and everything that's going on. So yeah, I've just done a brief outline of what AFT is, what we do, the partner program, the friends and family scheme. Obviously, if Craig, James, Desi, or yourself have got any questions, feel free to throw them at me, and I'll do my best to answer them. Obviously, hopefully at some point Mandy's internet comes back, and if she's got any further questions after watching this, then she can either come obviously via you, Harvey, or Andy, or message me, directly, whatever. So
like I said on previous call, a lot of people there are getting involved in it have not really got a massive knowledge about Forex, and I think that's what's really brought this, what's really encouraged people to actually have a look at it, because you really do not need to do that much, being honest with you.
Yeah, I mean,
the hardest part for a lot of people is just getting them set up. That's the hardest part, and then once that's done, it's just then following up with them, on a monthly basis, just making sure until they become comfortable with how it works, at the end of the month.
Yeah, of course. And that was sort of one of we've got a partner's roles and responsibilities document, because I didn't want people just to go out and spam their link everywhere trying to get sign-ups. Our idea of the partner program is, if you're going to become a partner in AFT and essentially build your own business, bringing in your own team of customers, because it's not capped, the earning potential is massive. As I explained earlier, what you're earning now compared to what you could be earning from the same customers in 12, 24, 36 months time is very different. So building those relationships is important. Keeping people, close. Various of our partners have set up their own Facebook groups that they invite their prospects into, and give them all of the info there, sign them up, and then they get, they invite them into the bigger groups, or VIP groups, etc. Some of them set their own groups and Telegram groups, and it, whatever works for people really. We just need to ensure that, AFT is being, shown in the correct way to people. We've got various documents that gives information, for partners to promote with. And there's lots of information available on the website. As I said, we're looking at a lot of upgrades over the next 6 months to automate much of the processes. Working with social trader tools, potentially working with another software. And we're looking at various ways that we can make it easier for customers, make it easier for ourselves. And the easier we can make it for customers to sign up, the easier we can make it for payments to be processed and sent out to partners, means the more time that myself and the other members of the AF team get to spend interacting with customers, get to spend creating content for them, webinars, videos. We'd like to be able to, for example, on the website, when people sign up, they've got a members area where they can then sign into, find all of the videos that we've created, find all the webinars that we've done. Almost like a beginner's course, that explains a few key points, of Forex, AFT service, and so on. We'll be looking potentially in the future having a more in-depth FAQ on many of the questions that we get asked. We'll also be looking at potentially having a call centre or live chat option available for people who get stuck. So yeah, there's and we've next year potentially got gold EA and the crypto EA being developed by Sam at the moment. Now those are, gathering a lot of interest because of the results they've generated in testing. Just to give you an idea, old EA has done 1 to 41,000 in 4 and a bit months, which is just.
I can guarantee now, if you go down the crypto route, I think we'll have quite a few £1 million in this within the first week.
Yeah, well, crypto, we've been asked about crypto, would it be buying coins, etc. Crypto would be run very similar into the Forex in that we wouldn't physically be buying coins, we would be trading on the price of coins.
Yeah.
So there'd be no physical coins being bought and sold, it's literally just trading on the prices of them on the broker exchange. That obviously needs some investigation. We need to figure out who's going to be the best broker to deal with that. Who's going to offer potentially the most options, how many different coins it's going to be run on, for example. There's a lot to go into that before that's, ready for release. I see James and Rick join us. He'll probably just put his children to bed. There's lots coming next year. EA's software upgrades, content. It's going to be a very exciting time, for AFT and for those that are involved with us. We've established over the last couple of months that we're not here to scam people's money, because we don't get paid until you guys make money. We've got a certain ethos and ethical side to the business that we won't allow others to represent us in the wrong way. So there's
I think what given my experience with the networking side of things, not just about this, because I've no experience in Forex whatsoever, but the experience on the networking side, you'll probably find an awful lot of people join this, obviously, quickly over the next few weeks. And then you'll probably get a quiet spell, just while a lot of them would probably go and find something else as such. But while this is ticking over in the background, then what you'll probably find is a lot of them people will start realising that this is making good profits over time.
Yeah.
So then you'll get another big rush of it again. And that's how I can see this moving forward, being honest with you.
Hi, James.
Hi.
I agree, Harvey. And obviously we want to have systems in place to deal with that demand.
I think definitely one thing is that the Forex industry is unlike any other industry probably on the globe, and the demand for getting connected to the opportunities that it offers, that we all know that there's just unlimited opportunities, and that's why there's so many people connected to the industry. So I think from our perspective, it's not so much where it slows down, but kind of where it stops. If the product and products that that we've got behind us already, and with the future stuff, I honestly just, I don't know, it's like a blank canvas really. I'm not even trying to sell it. I can't really get my own head around it, let alone customers. Stuff that Sam shows me, I don't know. It's just, it just doesn't seem real. But we're living each day, and we're sort of, there is 4 of us. I don't know if Scott's mentioned that we've got 4 directors now, and that was always part of the plan. And we're trying to be really sensible with this, and actually, it's like someone said, John said to me the other day, he said, this is it, isn't it? This is the real deal. This is a real company, real deal, real product, real opportunities. And I'd really think anyone would struggle to find anyone else doing what we're doing the way we're doing it. I know Scott's getting battered left, right, and centre, but still smiling on a Sunday night, and we go again.
Yeah. It's been a mental few weeks, and it's just going to continue. Harvey's touched on the fact that it's going to continue like this, and then we might have a little bit of a quieter period. And then, you know, as people get, you know, sort of confidence in the system, they will then want to start recommending it to people. And you know,
well, the great thing about this is you don't have to do that, and that's why, you know, I've had 3 or 4 very good friends who've never joined any online business as such, but they're interested in this because they're just interested in, you know, investing in something, and if it gets those returns from, then they're happy with that. I mean, I can't explain how over delighted some of the guys are just from getting like 10%, you know, that first couple of weeks. They're absolutely, you know, they're not used to anything like that. And I think, all right, yeah, you've got your network marketing models out there where are offering all this, that, and the other. But with this, you know, it's building nice small amounts each day. It's building nicely. I think if people can see the potential of this over the next 3 or 5 years, which, you know, a lot of newcomers to this will do. You know, people who've never been involved in an online business before, they'll understand. They'll probably learn this more than somebody who's been part of a big network before. He goes on to the next opportunity online. The other people who I've been more interested in have been just as straight investors, because everyone's got a network. It doesn't matter who you are on this planet. You've all got a network. For example, I've a couple of ex-army guys who've joined. They've probably got some of the biggest networks out there. You know, they do talk to everyone all the time. We have functions, we have meetings. And so their network is probably a lot bigger than somebody who's on Facebook 24/7 thinking they've got a massive network.
Yeah.
We are going to try and give Jose Mourinho a call because he's going to have plenty of time soon to. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, everyone in the country is looking for that, you know, that thing that either takes them out of their 9 to 5, or, you know, it's, you know, at the end of the day, people are working harder now than they ever have done before, and I think probably working harder, and although the opportunities are there on the online sense, you know, you can, you know, have Shopify and stuff like that. I think ultimately the cost of living and everything else just suppresses anyone's drive to, you know, maintain that. And I think what this does is that, you know, I've been involved in Forex for, you know, quite a few years now, and as much as I sort of, you know, can pull on knowledge, to consistently do that on a daily basis for the next 4, 5, 10, 15 years, you know, it's not in our human nature to be consistent like that. You know, life changes, and, you know, for me, it's like a massive relief. It's like a massive relief that this exists. And, you know, I know people sort of probably won't believe me, but Sam, I did some forecasting for Sam on customer base and what the returns that would be to the company, and I picked out where we were roughly with the current client base, and then I imported the gold EA into our current customer base, and I picked a really reserved profit figure because I knew it had done more than that, but I thought, you know, I'll start with a really reserved figure, you know, that was really sort of achievable for the gold EA. And, you know, I sort of looked at the figures and was like, you know, this is absolutely insane. This is absolutely insane money for people that have never even traded before. Even us as directors of the company, this is insane. This is life changing. Sam sort of like nonchalantly messages into the chat, and it was 2.5 times better performance than I had based my figures on. I just shut the laptop down and just, you know, I was like, well, you know, it can't be real. And it's like, well, you know, I was like, Sam, can you not just like take the gold EA and then just reduce the risk by 50% and just go back to my little target? Because I was happy with my target. It was sort of safe, and, you know, I understood that. But then when it went up to what Sam was saying, it's like, well, this is bonkers. And, you know, what that enables people to then do is having an investment product, and then they can have a high-end product that they can use every month to top up their investment product. They can take some money out for a sort of, top up wages, or in probably a lot of people's cases, equate their wages, and then go again the next month. And after the first month, after you take that initial deposit out, you're just playing with venture capital. And it's just an insane business model. It's kind of when I said, where does it stop? Because Sam's also working on crypto, which has got higher gains than gold. The risk is obviously high because the modeling data doesn't exist for crypto in the same way it does for gold and currencies. And I look at, like, Sam saying, oh yeah, I can do this and I can do this, and I'm like, at some point people are going to have all of these different products, and if they're managed the right way, we've looked at ways of managing that kind of gains and stuff and making sure it's secured, and you just sort of wonder, like, I take my hat off to Sam, because I understand what he's doing, but how he implements that into a system, I just don't know, because so many other people fail, where he sort of shrugged his shoulders, really. And I know he works insanely hard, but putting that into real life, real practice, in the limelight, consistently delivering, what people tend to sort of forget is that it's done what it's done consistently every single day since Sam said it's ready to go live. And it's doing it with all sorts of different funds, level of funds, whether it's £500 or 135 grand or whatever. So it's working across a broad spectrum. And the other thing that people probably don't realise is that when we get a certain period of time down the road, the more money that you have, the safer the system becomes, because you have more control over risk. And for me, like, to be sort of thinking, what other things can we do? Well, we're not FCA regulated. We could become FCA regulated and then operate in the pension market. And Sam can adapt what we've got now to target maybe 6% a month with less than 1% drawdown. And that's, that exists in this country already, and people put hundreds of millions into those portfolios. So I don't know, really, it's kind of where we want to take it. I mean, I believe in what we're doing. It's hard work, but I just see it as an opportunity, and everyone that's here watching this has got the same opportunity.
Can I ask a quick question, James?
Sure.
And Scott, I don't want to bring the B word up, but is there a strategy to stop trading around the Brexit date?
Yes. Yeah, we fully intend to, potentially even a week before, is turn the EA off the moment we get a point where there are no trades open, and that we feel, that one of the key things for AFT is we try to keep this low risk as possible, while still making, reasonable gains. We get many people that join us to start asking straight away about risk settings because they want to adjust them. It's not worth it. You'll blow accounts. It's been set up this way for a reason. If we wanted more risk, we'd have more risk. And there will be, with gold and crypto, there will be bigger gains, but bigger risk, so people that have got that appetite, there will be something for them along that region. But this is long-term, low risk, compounding for 3 to 5 years. And, at that point, retire. You should be earning enough a month at that point to never have to worry about money again. And that is the aim for us, for every single person that's following us, is financial freedom. So yeah, in regards to massive news events that we know of, we plan to avoid them whenever possible. NFP, which happens once a month, the system has got built into it. If it's got open trades, it will continue to manage them. And the moment those trades close, that's it. The EA shuts itself off. If we manage to get trades closed, for example, on the Thursday, Sam will manually switch the EA off, so it's not trading at all on NFP. And we plan to do the same for Brexit. Is if we've got no open trades running, turn it off, let Brexit happen, because nobody knows. I mean, we can all forecast what's going to happen, but nobody actually knows until the event. We imagine the pound will take a bashing, and then it will start to rise again. But we'll probably turn off, maybe even a week before, and maybe even leave it turned off for a week after until the markets start to stabilise again. We've all said that we would rather have a 2-week holiday, knowing that everybody's accounts are safe, than risk it, for the sake of 2 weeks worth of trading. 2 weeks will seem like nothing in 5 years' time when everybody's still got all of their balances, which are much bigger than they were. So there is absolutely no point being in the market around those times if we don't need to. I'm conscious that there's less than a minute left, so this meeting could go off at any point. Videos will be uploaded to various groups, etc. If anybody's got any questions, then they can pop them on the post and we'll answer them as possible.
Scott, sorry to butt in, just before you go.
Yeah.
I give Andy the name and number to give you for marketing.
About marketing?
Yeah, when I spoke to you the other night, I had a friend for videos.
Right.
I give Andy a name and number for you. I don't know if he's passed it on.
What would you want me to give them a call or something?
We spoke about it the other night.